What'd you do last night?
We did 2 whole cars. It was me, Dez, and me 3, right? And on the first car, in small letters, it said, "All you see is," and then, big, block silver letters, it said, "Crime in the city," right?
It just took up the whole car?
Yeah, it was.
Crime is affecting some families in our area more than others, and now a study of criminal activity in Toledo breaks it all down into specific neighborhoods.
Jonathan Walsh has this special investigation into where the worst areas are, how they influence the neighborhoods, and how quickly he could uncover the effects of that crime.
Crime. It happens all over our city. NeighborhoodScout.com, though, says it's analyzed that crime and used its own algorithms to map out neighborhoods in Toledo with the most problems. The overall crime index for Toledo is 3. 100 is considered the safest. Crimes per square mile, the national average is about 40. Ohio is 41. Toledo, 231. Your chances of becoming a victim of a property crime in Toledo is 1 in 17. And these are the worst areas of Toledo for crime. 10 neighborhoods, including Western and Curtis, Buckeye and Champlain, Airport and South Bern. We wanted to see just how easy it would be to find people in these neighborhoods who are affected by crime. On our very first random stop, we found this little guy.
I've seen a lot of crime.
This is 10-year-old Dimitri Delgado, who lives on Delaware Street. He says crime is disturbing.
A lot of people might get hurt around here. That's not good for people.
His dad, Tony Ben, has lived in Toledo his whole life.
It's not safe to walk around at night no more. When I was a child, you could walk across town, and without having to worry about 2 or 3 guys jumping you for no reason.
Just 20 minutes later, we found a woman afraid to show her face because she says drug users and dealers take advantage of the abandoned house next to hers, and prostitutes turn tricks in the weeds.
As soon as the car pulled up, I seen you before you got out the car. Because as soon as the car pulls up, we jumped and looked to see what's going to happen, what's going to be taken.
Taken like her sidewalk was recently.
On the side of my house, can you believe that?
Within 45 minutes of starting to cover this story, we had gang signs thrown at us. And these guys were definitely not happy to see our camera.
Now get out of here, man, with that shit, man. I'll shoot your in your face, bro.
And what about this man, Keith Doherty? We randomly saw him in the Dorr Richards neighborhood, which is on the worst crime list.
My truck was stolen out here. They found it on the east side probably about a month or so later.
Some damage to it, too.
Yeah, they took the wheels and stripped it all out.
Toledo Police Sergeant Joe Heffernan tells us in the first half of 2013, crime rates are down across the city, but there are sections where crime is more prevalent. The department is using data-driven policing to help address crime areas and even help predict where crime will happen. Plus,
we've invested in that, invested in technology, and it's paying off.
Sergeant Heffernan says the new video surveillance system has already helped decrease crime, and the department has plans to add many more cameras. Plus, the department's push on social media, Facebook and Twitter, has boosted information and assisted in fighting crime. He says the recent case of Timothy Bragg, for example, who's accused of rape, got 1 million views on Facebook. He is now behind bars. It's all about interaction with people in the neighborhoods.
Most of the time, how we solve these crimes is somebody sees something and gives us a call.
Sergeant Heffernan says it will take all of us to improve our neighborhoods and help kids keep their minds off of crime.
It's scary and shocking.
Well, here's some good news. I just heard from Toledo Police today about the arrest of this guy. His name is Justin Bartow, who police say was a major player in more than a dozen burglaries in the Dorr and Richards neighborhood, again, an area on the worst crimes list.
Just amazing, but good to see all the unique ways they're trying to reach out and combat these things. And I know you have a lot of information and statistics about these crimes.
As a matter of fact, we have lists on the worst, the best, safest neighborhoods in Toledo. We've got stats on violent and property crimes and so much more. Just check it out on ToledoNewsNow.com.
I can relate with the one guy in your piece who, I remember growing up in Toledo, you could go out at night. It wasn't
didn't have to worry
too
about
many places you just wouldn't, or you do at your own risk.
Now
right?
he's afraid for his son.
Well, yeah, and his son is definitely thinking about it.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. All right, Jonathan,
Thanks, Jonathan.